heard people talking a lot about like being scared of ghosts and demons and things that they're experiencing in their lives that they don't understand, and they're scared and they're fearful.
Mm-hmm.
We should fear nothing but God. That's what we should fear.
Amen.
That is what we should be scared of. The wrath of God. We should fear God.
Amen.
That's it.
That's right. That's right.
And I don't know why people don't know this. Like if they do love the Lord and they worship God, and then they're scared of all this other stuff. I'm not fearful of anything but God. At the end of the day, I don't worry about anything except God. Like if He doesn't love me, if He doesn't want to save my soul, then that makes me fearful.
Mm-hmm.
And so at the end of the day, every single day, I just pray to God. I tell Him what I'm thankful for. I don't ask Him for anything.
Mm-hmm.
I say, I love you, God. I love you. Thank you so much. And I list all the things that I'm thankful for, things that He's done for me, things that He's saved me from.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not scared of anything in this world.
Great reminder.
Except that if God doesn't want me to be in heaven with Him one day,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm scared of.
Yeah, because we're looking at it in terms of eternity, and what we're promised, damnation or heaven. And also for those who don't have faith, the pattern of humanity is very dark, but it's also bookended with much joy and happiness, and we do survive. We as in the colloquial we, people do get on and get out of these bad situations. Not everyone makes it. It's pretty dark out there, and it always has been. But like I was saying the other night about my grandparents, they lived through crazy stuff while raising their families in this country, all the things that were going on, and they just, they were aware of it. And they also just had to work and pay the bills and raise those kids.
Where were your grandparents from, Shane?
My grandparents, they grew up in Brooklyn, New York.
I mean, were they like immigrants?
Oh, yeah, they're Russian. On one side, Russian, and the other side, Ireland. So some escaped Russia and some escaped a potato famine. And came
strong
here.
People, very strong people.
They were, and they came here and did like just the whole, some started a laundromat, some became firefighters. My grandfather was a police officer, went to Korea and went to Korea, then became a police officer, and my grandma worked as well. They had both of them worked. Unfortunately, they had to, wild stuff.
Well, that's not unfortunate. I think it's very beautiful that people work hard to take care of their families.
I agree. My grandma, I think she would have liked to have been just at home all the time,
I know,
for the kids.
I know.
But since everyone, I come from a very poor family, and we're just used to everyone's working, and we work hard, and it's like, I like working and I like making the money I get. And, but I know my grandma would have preferred to just be home all the time. And at some point she was, but the kids were a little older then. But like,
even if she was at home all the time, she would have been working.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
I mean, women work all the time.
Yeah. Are you saying motherhood is hard or something? Like it's a job, Monica?
It is. It's a very structured job.
Yeah.
You have to very structure yourself to be a woman that is at home all the time.
Oh, it's tough. I see
not
it.
Like you get to lay around and be like, "Oh, I'm rich." Like no.
Yep.
I wanted to ask you one thing.
Yeah.
Shane, real quick, have you noticed the skies are bluer lately?
I've seen some pretty blue skies. I have. But
I haven't seen many chemtrails.
Ooh, I have.
Lately.
I've seen a lot. And I think it's because our proximity to DC. They still have to drop the drugs on us somehow.
Oh, yeah, West Virginia?
Yeah, we're like in the Panhandle, so not that far from
I'm in
DC.
South Carolina. Let me tell you, I saw a plane fly over the sky earlier today, and it was like giving off the normal trail that a plane gives off. And I was like looking at it, and I was like, oh, is this going to turn into a big old cloud and like make the whole sky cloudy? And it dissipated as soon as it came off the plane.
Right.
And the skies have been so blue And I was just like, ever since was it the FDA that said that they were going to stop like putting chemicals in the plane, chemtrails, and people were like, no, that's not real. And I was like, they just said they're not going to put chemicals in the air anymore from planes. Like they said that themselves.
Well, yeah,
the FDA
Lee Zeldin with the EPA, he released recently that this has been happening to some degree. Like, I don't think he really got into terms of as deeply as we might think about.
Well,
what's going on
reading a script.
He sounded like a used car salesman.
Yeah,
right.
But the problem is, like, I understand a lot of people have been saying they see more blue skies, and I have seen some really beautiful blue skies.
Right.
The problem is, though, a lot of this stuff has been privatized. You know, like the Cloud Man who I talked to on IRL, that's a private company, and they do all this stuff. You know, he's not doing chemtrails. He's cloud seeding, which is different, but it's under the same umbrella of, like, you know, geoengineering. So
maybe we see more of it because FAA restrictions on flights will start tomorrow.
Oh boy.
And last for the foreseeable future due to the government shutdown.
That's right.
Hopefully my flights won't be affected. I think I'm going to be good. But again, possible political refugee in the making here. We'll know by Monday. But with less air traffic, who knows?
What do y'all think about the Louisville, Kentucky UPS plane?
I think it was a massive disaster. They said it was caused by an engine fire. And there are a lot of videos out now showing this thing coming down. And
yeah, there's so many different angles of it now.
It's one of the craziest crashes I think I've ever actually witnessed.
What do
you think caused it?
I mean, it could just be human error, but I do want to point this out real quick. Let me see if I can find it. This is, you know, if you want to get into the dark corner of the internet where I exist with all my conspiracy theory friends.
Why is no one talking about it? Like, you don't hear anything about this from anyone. Online.
This is what
no one's talking about
it. The crazy conspiracy corner of Twitter that I like to hang out in is saying that flight 2976, the UPS crash, also 2,976 people died in 9/11. You know, they're trying to draw comparisons here.
Oh, of course.
And they were finding all these different numbers that matched up. And then they were connecting it to Dick Cheney dying. You know.
Wow.
There is weird. And, you know, we did an episode about this kind of thing of finding weird numbers
anomalies
that match with 9/11. Yeah. With Foundering. That was last summer. Foundering, who's a great piano player. We went over and did like a real deep dive on all these strange anomalies with 9/11 and numbers, which is why this popped up with this new flight. But whatever it was, crazy disaster.
It's not even like, no one's drawing anomalies. I don't see anyone even talking about it.
It could be for various reasons. You know, I think my gut says no one's talking about it because we are trapped inside of like a revolving door of tragedy, and no one can keep up. I mean, think about what happened in the days leading up to Charlie's murder. We were talking about that arena getting stabbed in the neck. The day before that, we were talking about a Catholic school getting shot up. And then, you know, in the months leading up to those, we had firefighters getting ambushed in Idaho, political assassinations in Minnesota. It's just been nonstop. People can't keep up.
No, how can you keep up?
Right.
I still don't understand what's going on with Charlie Kirk's death.
Me neither.
I'm still very upset about. Now we got the FBI, Kash Patel, saying the chief counterterrorism head can't investigate whether anything had to do with other foreign entities having anything to do with his death.
Mm-hmm.
Why would Kash Patel shut that down?
Yeah. You know, if that report is true, I've seen there's people trying to say that was a fake report, but I really don't know.
Who said it was fake?
Oh, there's people online saying it's fake. A lot of people who are, you know, Cash loyalists, which I am not. You know, I think the second he and Bongino got in, they look like hostages.
But you're the Cashman.
You're right. Shane, Kashman. No, you know, I did. So my thing with him on a personal level is I don't know if you heard me say this before, but I was working on this story about an FBI whistleblower, and the FBI destroyed her life. This sweet old lady, and all she did was call out ethical issues within the FBI with their name
Who
check
is she?
system. Her name's Teresa. And it was a story I was working on for months, and no one knows of her. She was never on any hearing, just kind of quietly destroyed with lawfare by the FBI, a job she loved, and just a sweet lady. And she's a conservative, a Christian, and she saw this like weird thing happening in their name check system, and there was like these lapses.
How did they destroy her life?
So she went and to her superiors and said, "Hey, there's an issue here. We should be checking this out." And they basically started like blacklisting her amongst her like colleagues, and no one was like talking to her, and that was weird to her. But okay, she was like, whatever. And then it was
where did she work? What was her job?
With security, like name checking, like background checks, for people to get close to the president. And then she saw again. She's like, because she's telling me when she's hired, they drill into your mind, basically if you see something, say something, right? And so she saw something. She went to her superiors, and so she went back a second time, and they suspended her. And now, like, she's fighting them for her job back. Well, she was. This was at the end of last year, and she couldn't even get another job.
FBI?
What?
Was it FBI?
Yes. So they wouldn't while she was suspended without pay, she couldn't even get another job at like a Dollar General or anything. So now
she's on FBI watch list.
Well, yeah. She was definitely a bit worried about being watched by them. So anyway, fast forward, she had a lot of lawfare between her and the FBI. This went on for years. And I'm now pretty stoked at the time for Cash to get confirmed. Literally, while he is in his confirmation hearing, I swear to you, this is how it went down. I am watching it. I'm working on this story about this lady. Cash is testifying. He says, "I will protect FBI whistleblowers." I swear to you, she calls me and says they just fired me. Right. So after all this time,
lied.
So, well, he wasn't in yet. Right. So at the time, I thought they're getting rid of all these people before he gets in to make things right. And now he's literally saying he's going to protect them. And her story matches up with a lot of other FBI whistleblowers who have testified before Congress for various things where the FBI was going after conservatives within their institution. Yep. So he gets in, and I'm like, we have connections to him and Bongino. I have the story ready to go. I'm like, this is an easy win. Let's help some people who love this country. And it just goes ignored. And I'm like, okay, that sucks for this lady. I was really trying to get her help, to amplify her message, to get her job. Actually, they fired her before she could even get her pension, which she would have been up for. So they just really messed this lady's life up. And even local politicians, just radio silence. The ones I know and have talked to, it was very bizarre to see everyone be like, this is something we just don't want to touch. And I'm like, I don't know what I was missing. I had all the documents from
No, you're not missing
FBI.
anything. They just don't want to talk about it.
I have letters from Comey to her saying that she is right. And I don't like Comey, but it went through all the chains of command up there, through her department up to him at the time, and labeling all the things that she did call out correctly and that they're going to work on it, but they still went after her. So that was a real wake up call. Be like, these people, everyone just says what they want to say. It sounds cool. They could have helped this lady and the other FBI whistleblowers. I don't even think they rehired them. They're not really
about that shit. They're not about that life. They're not about saving people that are being hurt by the system.
Yep.
The system is still fucking everyone over.
Yep.
I'm sorry about my language, but exactly. Right. I'm so mad. People like her are being screwed over by the system, and you're trying to help them. And we think Bongino and Patel are going to help us. Well, they're not doing anything to help these people.
Yeah, not that I've seen.
It's really sad, and it makes you feel like you can't. How are we supposed to fix the system if we are doing everything, and you are working really hard, Shane, to try to help people? I mean, you got more clout and more pull than most people, and you can't even get things to move right.
No, I mean, I don't. I get what you're saying, but what I've noticed is when you say the things that aren't partisan and you don't toe the line or you become a yes man, you are held at a distance from, if you want to make change within like politics, that's how it goes, you know? So, you know, and I just don't do that. I have no desire to be like, I'm just going to parrot this.
You gotta stay right to your morals. You gotta stay right to your God.
I'm
You
trying.
shouldn't have to toe the line. Just be yourself and be righteous in your beliefs. And if things don't go the way that they should, whenever you're doing the righteous thing, then it's not righteous. Everything in the system is fucked. I'm sorry.
No, I agree. I mean, look, I had a pretty big like public little fight on Instagram the other week with a lady that I used to work for and write for, who has, you know, all the press passes, and she's like a degenerate, you know, and it's just, I see the kind of people, and it's not everyone who's in there. Like I know a lot of them who are in there. It's not them, but I know she's in there because she says yes to everything, and she will regurgitate exactly what she's been told to say. I just can't do that. You know, sometimes I'll line up with what they want to say because I agree, but other times I just don't. And typically I don't, because I just don't trust any politicians, and they always lie. So when it comes to Cash and Dan, like, okay, cool. Everyone's done some podcasts with them, but they went in there and immediately started looking like hostages. Like they did some.
We can look in their eyes and see the truth. We can look in their eyes and see the truth.
Yep.
Because we have been given discernment from God, and we can look in their eyes when they're talking and see they're lying.
Yeah,
and like then, whatever they're saying is not true.
And then I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was hilarious that they, those two in particular, used the podcast to help get this administration in office. Totally, they should have. Obviously, it's the way to go. But then when they have to do their things, it's like, we'll sit on Fox News and we'll look like we're hostages, and we'll give the talking points to the.
And we can see press. The truth in their eyes. Yeah. They're lying. Oh, yeah. You're right. It looks like they're hostages.
Oh yeah.
Like they're lying.
So it's really upsetting, you know, and I'm just watching it and I don't like it, but it sucks because like I see this lady who went through this stuff. She's not the only one. They promised to rehire these whistleblowers. I don't think that's happening. It hasn't happened with this lady as far as I know, last I checked. And it's just a bummer. That's why, you know, I'm kind of just like over the establishment, no matter who's in. I always have been, but I did have some hope, especially with Agenda, like was it Agenda 46, where Trump was like, we're going to smash the deep state. That sounds like a pipe dream, I know, but after everything they've done to him.
You saw Trump today. Trump today was doing the press conference or whatever about making pharmaceutical drugs like the fucking fat drug or whatever cheaper. After yesterday or the day before, we got swept in the elections by communists and socialists. Like, shouldn't he be doing press conferences about like, oh, looks like we got a problem with socialism and communism in this country. Like, we should be talking about this. He's over here with the pharmaceutical drug companies talking about, we're going to make drugs cheaper. So a lot more people can do these drugs that are very fucking poisonous to your body and make sure you take them so you can lose weight instead of doing it the right way. Like, what are you doing, Trump? What are you doing?
I don't like it. I mean, I've tapped out various times throughout this administration 2.0. That's one of them. The Cuomo thing lost me. But we want to get to some other callers. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Thank you for taking my call, Shane.
Of course.
Shane and Brandon, I love y'all. I love this show. I love it so much. And I thank you for taking my call.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks,
I appreciate it.
God bless y'all.
You too.
Good night.
God bless.